What's up, guys? So in this video, I'm going to talk about and try to convince you why it's so important that you respond to your prospects immediately when they want to buy from you. A good friend of mine, Brad Martineau, and many others have said, instead of when learning something new or consuming content, don't think about, have I heard this already or do I know this, but rather ask, how well are you doing this? So I want you to ask yourself that as I'm going over this principle of being responsive to clients, to leads and prospects as soon as they want to buy from you. How well are you doing this? So yesterday I posted in a Facebook group because I was looking to hire for a service. I was looking to hire a consultant. I don't remember if it was like early afternoon or maybe it was late morning yesterday, but regardless, I posted in a Facebook group, say, hey guys, I'm looking for this, can you recommend? So a couple people posted or tagged other people, or they were asking some qualifying questions. And then somebody actually referred me to somebody else to ask me, hey, I work with this person, they're really awesome, I had an amazing experience. Let me know if you want me to reach out. I said, yeah, that'd be great. I said, yeah, send me a personal message. And then some more people commented as the day went on into the late evening yesterday, most of which were that, they were just for themselves saying, hey, I can help you with that, as opposed to being referred. But the point was that there was people who were more responsive than others. So anyway, this person who referred me to a potential person that I could hire, they gave me the email address and phone number of that person. And I immediately reached out by phone number and by email and text, and that person responded to me literally within a few minutes over text saying, hey, yeah, that'd be great. And not only did they respond to me immediately, but I was also able to set up a time with them literally like 3.5 hours later to consider moving forward with them, and then having a follow-up call, get this, this evening. So we're talking about first interaction a few hours later, and then next interaction, just a day after that. So the question is are you building in margin and buffers in your own business so that you have the ability to follow up with somebody that quickly if they're ready to buy now? Contrast that with somebody who just messaged me this morning. We're talking, 16 hours or whatever after my original post. How likely am I to go with that person versus the first? And so also this happened another time recently where I was investigating a software tool for a client. I reached out to a number of different softwares, a number of different companies. The first, I think, I don't know if it was minutes or hours. I think actually I hopped on chat support, they got back to me, and then somebody called me within like a half hour to 90 minutes. Contrasted with another company, and the other company was actually larger and had a lot more resources. But I reached out to them 10 or 11 a.m. day one, and they didn't get back to me until after hours. It was like 6 p.m. on day two, literally 36, 40 hours later. And so I'm not telling you to have your phone, notifications on so that if somebody fills out a form in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. that you're going to immediately send them a personalized message. That's not what I'm saying. But for example, I have like an auto response set up in my Facebook Messenger saying, hey, this is after hours, to make sure that, if people reach out to you after hours, they actually know, and then you get to it as soon as possible, as soon as you're in the next day or what have you. So the question I have for you is, when your leads and prospects reach out to you and they want to buy, or they're ready to take the next step and progress the relationship, are you there to meet them as immediately as possible? Because that will absolutely affect your ability to close them down. So I'd love to hear if this is helpful for you and what your thoughts are as you've watched this video. Thanks, guys.